Johns Hopkins University says 13 million cases of coronavirus have now been confirmed worldwide. The death toll stands worldwide at 570,000 people. The United States has 3.3 million cases within its borders. Some 135,000 people have died of COVID-19 in the United States. The World Health Organization warned on Monday that the COVID-19 pandemic is worsening globally and things will not return to the old normal for some time. At the agency's regular Monday news briefing, WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said while many countries in Europe and elsewhere have demonstrated it is possible to bring large outbreaks under control, too many nations are going in the wrong direction. The WHO Director General said the Americas remain the epicenter of the pandemic, where more than 50% of the world's cases have been recorded. The United States and Brazil are the worst hit. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said Monday it's not clear whether EU member states would reach an agreement on a COVID-19 recovery fund and multi-year budget at a summit this week, given that distances remain. The leaders of EU member nations are scheduled to gather in person on Friday and Saturday to work out a compromise on a multi-billion-dollar stimulus package proposed by Germany and France. The debate has been linked to a discussion on the 27-country bloc's long-term budget. Much of the stimulus money would go to help countries that were hardest hit by the coronavirus and its economic impacts, such as Italy and Spain. Some fiscally conservative EU countries oppose the French-German plan because it would entail borrowing by the bloc as a whole for the first time. A U.S. judge in Washington on Monday ordered the government to explain the scope of President Donald Trump's commutation of the 40-month prison sentence she had imposed on his friend Roger Stone for political corruption. Judge Amy Berman Jackson ordered the parties in the case to produce Trump's executive order by Tuesday. He signed the order late last week to keep the 67-year-old Stone from being required to report to prison on Tuesday. Berman says she wants to see whether the commutation also covered a provision requiring Stone to report for 2 years of supervised probation after what would have been his term in prison. White House spokeswoman Kayleigh McEnany told reporters she did not have the exact details of Trump's commutation of Stone's sentence, but she called it a very important moment for justice in this country and served to correct what she called the wrongdoing of law enforcement officials who pursued prosecution of Stone. The commutation Trump granted Stone, a longtime political advisor, freed him from the prison term, but did not wipe out his underlying convictions on 7 charges, including witness tampering and lying to federal authorities linked to the lengthy investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election that Mr. Trump won. Nearly 2 weeks after the slaying of a popular singer in Ethiopia, thousands took to the streets in Ethiopia in diaspora communities in the United States and elsewhere to mourn his death and peacefully protest the government in Addis Ababa, in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, home to the largest U.S. population of ethnic Oromo. A crowd of roughly 1,500 people blocked an interstate highway for more than an hour Friday evening. The death of Hachula Hundesa, 34, who was shot and killed in Addis Ababa on June 29th, seems to have galvanized the Oromo diaspora against the government of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. The Oromo ethnic group is Ethiopia's largest. It's pressing for self-rule of the country's vast Oromia state and for establishing Afan Oromo as the national language. Demonstrators in the Oromo diaspora are calling for the resignation of Abiy, who was appointed to office in April 2018. His late father was ethnic Oromo, but demonstrators say the prime minister has not supported their goals. Former U.S. diplomat Bill Richardson plans to meet Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro to discuss American prisoners there and the COVID-19 pandemic. That's according to his nonprofit. The Richardson Center tweeted that the former ambassador is traveling to the Venezuelan capital, Caracas, at the request of several American prisoners' families.